everyone, today I'll be reviewing this new movie on Netflix called Hunter x Hunter, starring Camille Sullivan, Devan Saha, Nick Stahl, and this movie is directed by Sean Linden. So this is a new horror thriller just dropped today on Netflix. This is not a Netflix made movie or anything, but this movie is like a small indie type horror movie where in this movie, although you are thinking the main bad guy is someone, but turns out end of this movie bad guy is someone else, and the way this movie ended left me like, what? Really, my jaw was on the floor. That is how this movie was designed. That means that I thought the first act for this movie was definitely very interesting. I was like, oh, especially acting from the cast is really very good. Even the story is very engaging, especially even to their daily life in the wilderness. It was very interesting watch because mainly because this movie represent some people in our society who like to live in a wilderness where nothing exists there, but they want to live there with the wildlife or whatever. So this movie, the first act, the way it showed their life, although they live in a wild life is really hard over there, even they don't have money. Even the wife was worried about money. So I thought the first act was definitely very interesting. Second act is so good. However, when we go to the third act, you are like, oh, how do we get here? Because this movie definitely entered with the main bad guy, which is, if you have seen the trailer, it's not a spoiler, the main bad guy is supposed to be a wolf, like this wolf, which is like supposedly is there, it's hunting everyone down around there, which is I was also expecting. I was thinking in my, oh, how are they gonna defeat this wolf? This wolf seems so clever. So, however, halfway through this movie, of course, it's turned in its attention to the serial killer, which is this movie earlier did give us hints there, like there is a serial killer and it's like hunting some people down there, which is like when you see it at first, you do wonder, oh, is it safe for them to still live there? Because like the serial killer just right next door to them. So this movie, I thought the way this movie was shot and directed is very interesting, very engaging, honestly. The editing is really good, not a bore moment in this movie, especially the acting from the center actress. She's really good. The only two plot holes in this movie I found, which is really bothered me, I'll just go into that. It's a little spoiler, I suppose. The two plot hole I found in this movie, the first one is this wife, she's been living in this wilderness for last 13 years there. How she doesn't know how to skin an animal? How is that make sense? When she asked her daughter, like, oh, how to skin an animal? I was like, really? You don't know how to do that? What are you been doing there? I guess she was just peeling the potato. She never really peeled the animal, I guess. The second plot holes, or like maybe I had this question, is like, although this wife, the minute she hears the wolf is here, she gets so scared. So she was losing her mind. She's like, oh, she was concerned about safety of her daughter. The minute she hear about the wolf, and yet we don't get like why, like she was so scared of the wolf. Like the minute she heard about it, that is what I feel like I never got that answer. Like, what did the wolf? Does this wolf has done something in the past that they got so scared, or like what is it, or did I miss something? That is two things that bothered me watching this movie. That being said, how this movie ended is really justified to that guy, because he was all killing all those women in the woods, so it makes sense the way he got his justice. So the way this movie ended with her throwing his face out, like I did not see that coming at all. So I would say, yeah, the way the last scene was definitely give you a bang for your buck. Although this movie is definitely very slow paced, but the way it ends up is very satisfying watch, I found, because often movie they don't give you satisfying ending. Although this woman, she lost everyone, at least she got her revenge, So that is, I found this movie definitely very interesting watch. Although I found these two big plot holes for me, but still I think it's very interesting watch. It's a slow-mo but interesting movie. It's worth checking out if you like horror small budget horror thriller like that, you might like this movie. Anyway, that was my thought on this movie. Let me know in the comment what you think about this movie, and if you enjoyed my video, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to leave your comment what do you think about this movie, and please take care.